Welcome back to the box as we start the third match today, the Lady Buff BritKare Classic. And this one will feature the University of Arkansas Fort Smith on your camera to the left as you're watching from wherever you're watching from here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. And to your right is Southwestern Oklahoma State. So we have a matchup of Lone Star Conference in the Lions versus the Bulldogs out of the GAC, Great American Conference. And for Arkansas Fort Smith out of the Lone Star Conference, this team coming off of a spring season where they won 11 matches and lost just 3 times. They were 10-2 in Lone Star Conference play, 6-1 at home, and 5-2 on the road. And that included last year wins over Midwestern State, Oklahoma Christian, Cameron, and UT Permian Basin. For Southwestern Oklahoma State, the Bulldogs played 13 matches in the spring, 7 wins, 6 losses. They were 7-5 in their conference. And so we'll see what happens in this one. We've had 2 matches so far here at the box today where it has resulted in 3-1 victories. The Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M won the first match of the day here at the box, 3-1 over Adams State. The second match of the day was close back and forth between UT Permian Basin and eventual winner St. Edward's University. The Southwestern Oklahoma State Bulldogs will be in the Navy jerseys, navy and white, long sleeve down the side. On the other side, Arkansas Fort Smith in the white jerseys with the Navy skins, the Lions and the Bulldogs. Get ready to tangle. I'm Lucas Kinsey. Alex Kipford joining me for the broadcast. Alex, these 2 teams, tell the viewers a little bit what you saw earlier today over at the First United Bank Center from Arkansas Fort Smith and also from Southwestern Oklahoma State.
So with SWOSU, realistically, they do have some talented players in the middle. Benoit herself, not too bad comparative to some of the other middles that we've seen today. I wouldn't say the most talented middle on the floor, but does show flashes of athleticism and I guess, great defensive presence in the middle. You know, okay. She's quick on her feet, has a little bit of bounce. You know, outside of that, though, they're a really young team. They really don't have a lot of people who, I guess, consistently produce at a high level that stands out from everybody else. You know, they spread the wealth offensively, as we saw in game 1. Or, well, no, technically, you know, it was game 1. They played UTPB at 9 this morning. They did lose in 4 sets. Some of the sets were close until the last one. They did start out with a victory in set 1.
It was a service ace to start the match for Chloe Price, the sophomore from Siloam Springs, Arkansas.
I have more on her in a second.
Okay.
Had an incredible game in a 5-set victory over Fort Lewis College. But going through the rest of their team, Taryn Galt, Chesney Nielsen, Mackenzie Harless, those are the 3 main hitters to look out for outside of Benoit in the middle. Again, Nielsen and Galt were 1 and 2 in kills in the first game this morning at 9 a.m. Outside of that, Hong is a very good setter, not super athletic, only stands at 5'6", so you're not going to see her blocking very much at the net like you would see, like, for example, with Sadie Snee earlier today for WT, 6-foot setter. Not going to see as much of that as you would here, but nevertheless, still a good setter, gets the balls quick, reacts well. Just going to be a different look from what we've usually seen with some of the bigger, more super athletic hitters that we've seen, like with Strambler or Tori Miller, or even like with Krafka and even Gomez or Smalls or Swan from St. Ed's. So it's just going to be a little bit of a different look. They're going to have to play more in system. They're not going to be super athletic to be able to get an out-of-system ball and just put it up for somebody, and you know that you have one person like Strambler or Miller or Swan or somebody that's just going to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Head coach for Southwestern Oklahoma State is Josh Collins, as our score right now is tied 2-2, and a point for the Bulldogs. Unable to get that back over, so the ace there for Chesney Nielsen, the 5'9" senior from Roosevelt, Utah, out of Snow College. And so she will serve again. This time the pass handled perfectly. Big hit, big swing from Courtney Crownover, sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas. And it's a kill, point for Arkansas Fort Smith. 3 serving 3. As for the Lions, number 8, Hannah Holland, middle blocker, hometown product of Fort Smith at Southside High School, and just a sophomore. Whistle, and it'll be a point to Arkansas Fort Smith.
Yeah, Fort Smith had a tough match earlier today against Fort Lewis College. Went back and forth through the first 4 sets before squeaking out a 5-set victory, 15-13 in set 5. Very good all-around performance for Arkansas Fort Smith.
That serve a little too hot, and it goes out. So the service error, point back to Southwestern Oklahoma State. And serving now, Markinsey Benoit, as you said, impressed with her performance earlier today. She had the first point on a block for Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Also stands out, has the bright blue hair.
I
love to see it. I love it.
And her team leads early in set number 1, 5 serving 4. Awkward stab at the ball, but they get it over. And then a block right down the pipe. Give credit to number 1, Kiki Thompson, 5'10", redshirt freshman from Killeen.
That is one thing that I will say. One of the bigger differences here between these two teams is that Fort Smith has a lot of size out on the court at almost all times. You don't really see anybody. The shortest player that I've seen them play today is Jaslyn Wells, who came in very minusculely in the later sets just to give a different defensive look when Crownover was struggling a little bit more in the back row. Again, the right side, the lefty. Fairly athletic in the front, as we see a nice kill there from Swosu. But again, their libero is 5'8", where if you look at WT, Chandler Vogel is the projected preseason All-American, if I remember that correctly. She stands at like 5'4", 5'3", right? But then you look at the rest of their team. Reagan Maka says she's 5'8", but she's taller than Lexi Lewis, so she's probably about 5'10". And then if you look in the middle, Kiki Thompson, 5'10". Crownover, 5'9". Savannah Wharton, 6'4". Hannah Holland in the middle, 6'1". Like, they just have a lot of size. Their setter, Chloe Price, 5'8", plays a lot taller than she is. In the first series, or the first match that they played against Fort Lewis, 7 kills, over 30 assists, like 13 digs.
Wow.
4 blocks, couple solo blocks on top of that. So she's definitely an athlete for sure. So it's just going to be a little bit different of a matchup here between these two teams.
It's close right now, back and forth. 8 serving 6. Southwestern Oklahoma State is number 4. Lacey Mott will serve. This Bulldog team has a lot of talent from the Texas Panhandle. The serve is out, so it's a service error, point back to Arkansas Fort Smith. But Sofia de Santiago, the junior out of Randall High School in Amarillo, Texas, also out of Amarillo from Tascosa High School, number 9, Taryn Galt, and then a true freshman, don't know if we'll see her today, but a very talented middle blocker out of Canyon is Zoe Sparks. They set it back to number 12, Mackenzie Harless, and Southwestern Oklahoma State will get the point there. Bulldogs with a good start, being in system early. De Santiago will serve. Her younger sister on the roster, 5'4", true freshman, Lauren.
Yeah, didn't see Lauren in the first match. Galt played a huge role offensively for them. De Santiago was a staple in the back row, did a great job there. And then did not see Sparks either. Might see a little bit of a change, just like we saw with UTPB in the 2 o'clock matchup. Again, Strambler was a huge part for them in the first set, or the first matchup today against SWOSU. And we didn't see her as much as some other people got some opportunities. We might see the same today here for Fort Smith and SWOSU.
That was a perfect block laid down by Hannah Holland, the sophomore from Fort Smith. She put it right back on the attempt from Benoit. Big swing. Nobody touched that one, so it's out and a point. Back to Arkansas Fort Smith, and the Lions have the lead at 10-9. First set for Arkansas Fort Smith. Head coach Jane Sargent, 24 seasons as head coach at University of Arkansas Fort Smith. And in talking to one of the line judges in between games, and a guy that is very involved in club volleyball scene, he was telling me that in Arkansas Fort Smith and in that Arkansas area, club volleyball is a huge deal. A lot of talent comes out of the state of Arkansas. That one was touched, and so it's a point for the Lions. Good serve, overpass. So free ball here for Arkansas Fort Smith, but that one trying to squeeze the line. Pushed it out.
Yeah, a lot of power there from Crownover, as we saw double digits in kills in their last match. So would not be surprised to see her get active again here against SWOSU today.
Good dig. And that one's in. What a hit from the outside hitter spot there for Arkansas Fort Smith. Paola Fragoli, the 5'9" sophomore from Brazil. They like their volleyball in Brazil, not just soccer, right?
They definitely do. They definitely do. But, hey, you can use your feet on a volleyball court. Maybe
that is true.
She's got some extra added experience some other people might not have.
We may see that before the match is over. Nice touch on the tip, but Arkansas Fort Smith was there defensively and then just didn't get that one.
The tip was there.
Yeah.
It was open, just not enough.
Didn't connect. Sometimes it all doesn't come together.
It's kind of tough sometimes to not put too much power on a tip to where it's reachable, but at the same time put not enough power so it doesn't get over the net or it's an easy block. It's a fine art of the finesse on the tip game.
That one's in. That's a big swing. Put down for Arkansas Fort Smith. They now lead by 1.
Yeah, Thompson in the middle, very athletic. Will get up early and often. One of those people that, again, if you're setting that quick one, sometimes it's hard to I guess, time their jump because she jumps so high. You have to get it up early, but you can't get it up too early or she's coming down through it. But Chloe Price has done a great job thus far of putting all of her hitters in a good position.
Here's a look at that last one. And that was a big, big kill there for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Tying up the first set 13-all. The block attempt. They touch it again. Good job at the net for Southwestern Oklahoma State, number 12, Mackenzie Harless. But that one, in the end, after they rally, it goes to Arkansas Fort Smith. Overpass. And Arkansas Fort Smith in transition. Ooh, big attempt, but too far out. And the point on the attack error goes back to Southwestern Oklahoma State. Tight one here in the first set, 14, serving 14. And that could be an ace, but they keep it in play. Good hustle from Arkansas Fort Smith. Back set on the slide. They try to get Harless, but good defense by the Lions. Block touch goes out. And a point on the kill from number 17, Reagan Maka. Only 5'8", but good vertical out of Wichita Falls. And the Lions regain the lead. Several lead changes, several ties. Good assist from Hong. She pushes that one out to number 13, Chesney Nielsen.
Yeah, Nielsen played very well for SWOSU in their first matchup today. Got going a little bit later than I guess maybe she wanted to. Didn't get a whole lot of touches, but came on strong at the end.
That's in. Big reach there. And again, they find Reagan Maka.
And Maka only listed as a freshman, again, because she got the COVID year back from last year, but did lead this Fort Smith team last year in kills, 125 total kills. Fort Smith had 4 players over 100, and they returned 3 of those 4 this year.
Good hustle from Arkansas Fort Smith defensively, keeps the ball in play. The attempt from Benoit, and again defensively, that's in. What a shot. Heating up, number 17, Reagan Maka. And that's a precision shot. Look at the replay here. Good hustle on the dig. They set it up, and that's in. Great job on the replay. And right now, 17-15, Arkansas Fort Smith leads by 2. Timeout taken by Southwestern Oklahoma State as head coach Josh Collins talks things over with his setter. We're back after these messages. You're watching the Lady Buff BritKare Classic right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
Welcome back to the box in Canyon, Texas. Home campus, West Texas A&M University. Heating up for Arkansas Fort Smith is the outside hitter Reagan Maka. You look back at the spring statistics, she led the Lions in kills with 125. She averaged 2.3 per set. And getting the job done in the first set against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Serving for the Lions right now will be number 3, Chloe Price. In transition, big swing, but a block goes right back the other direction. And again, it's Reagan Maka that is in the vision of Mackenzie Benoit. Perfect placement on the hand, sends that ball right back on the other side of the net, drops down for the point. 3-point lead for the Lions here in set number 1. Roll shot, handled easily. Back set. Big swing from number 14, Savannah Wharton. Savannah brings a little bit of size into the lineup at 6 feet 4 inches tall.
Yeah, definitely a huge size advantage for Wharton. Played very well, controlled the middle, had multiple blocks in Fort Smith's first game today. We'll see how she does here.
Maka, okay, the girl can play.
She definitely can.
Number 17, Arkansas Fort Smith, sensing that their star hitter has got the hot hand, and they're finding her on nearly every play. Maka gets the ace, so it continues. A nice run here for Arkansas Fort Smith. Coach Jane Sargent and her assistant coaches, Chanel Wilson and John Core, pleased with what they are seeing so far in the first set.
Definitely, definitely.
Oh, that was a big connection right there for the Bulldogs, Chesney Nielsen. little bit of boom in this one. We'll look at this replay. Good set from Hong, and no chance on that kill right there for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Cuts the lead to 3, 17 serving 20. A little off on the timing on the outside. A block for Southwestern Oklahoma State as Paola Fregali just had her steps off a little bit. Set was off slightly, and Southwestern Oklahoma State made the Lions pay. That's in. Point Lions. Back set. Kept in play. Good hustle by Maka. And they get it over. A free ball here for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Can't capitalize. Roll shot is down off the hands of Lacey Mott. Give the kill to number 12, Paola Fregali.
Yeah, that's a tough spot there, just able to use the block. And as a defender, when you're shifting your feet one way and then it's deflected, it's really hard to react and get back to that ball. Otherwise, DeSantiago might have been in the right spot the first time, but the deflection allows another point.
Timeout taken on the floor, so we'll step aside. 22 to 18, Arkansas Fort Smith with a 4-point lead over Southwestern Oklahoma State just in the first set. We're back with more volleyball from the box after this timeout.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
And we're back here at the box. Fort Smith leads 22 to 18 here in the first set over Southwestern Oklahoma State University. As Hannah Holland back to serve, it's toughly taken by Nielsen. Fregali with a dig. Wharton swings. Set her out. The out-of-system ball to Galt is down. Good play for Swosu right out of the timeout as they have cut the lead to 3. As this set is not over yet. Benoit back to serve. That one might have been out, but Maka took it anyways. Just a touch from Harless. Mott will swing. Is it in? It is. Another kill for Swosu. And it's going to be a timeout for Arkansas Fort Smith. As we look at the replay there, that one just catching the back line, forcing the timeout for the Lions. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break with them. We'll be back here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. You're watching the 2021 BritKare Lady Buff Classic after this.
We'll keep it here as the score now goes to 22-20. Southwestern Oklahoma State trying to battle back, trying to pick up some stats as our stats feed is down at the moment. But this is one, Alex, that for a while, Arkansas Fort Smith had some momentum going. They were getting Reagan Maka involved. Their defense was looking pretty solid, but give credit to Southwestern Oklahoma State. They have not, surrendered. They haven't thrown the white flag. And right now, just a 2-point game. It's anybody's set at this point.
Yeah, definitely a very tightly contested match between these two teams. So we'll see how things go from here on out, and if Arkansas Fort Smith can close things out going to set number 2.
The push shot is good. A kill for Savannah Wharton. Smart play. And that will give her team a 3-point advantage. 2 points away from capturing the first set. Arkansas Fort Smith Lions out of the Lone Star Conference, formerly in the Heartland. Switched over 3 seasons ago. Southwestern Oklahoma State, Greater American Conference, the GAC. Block party on the outside. Give the credit to Kiki Thompson. A little bit of help from Paola Fregali. It was a big swing from Taryn Galt. But the block was there. They set it up, put it back. Serve is over. Good pass, sets it up for Southwestern Oklahoma State. The dump handled by Ali Hong, the setter. Two teams go back and forth, and it is a kill right down the middle for Kiki Thompson. So Thompson finishes it off. The first set goes to the Lions of Arkansas Fort Smith. They win it 25-20 over Southwestern Oklahoma State, taking that first set. And here's another look at the last one, as it was the kill down for Kiki Thompson. 2 of the last 3 points for Kiki. And we'll take a break, come back with set number 2 from the BritKare Lady Buff Classic in Canyon, Texas. You're watching volleyball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
All right, we get ready to start the second set between Arkansas Fort Smith and Southwestern Oklahoma State. Lucas Kinsey alongside Alex Kipfer, our director throughout the day of the hardworking and talented Jamie Abbott. And the Thunder Vision crew doing a fantastic job providing the volleyball coverage. We appreciate everyone watching today on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. First set, 25-20 victory for Arkansas Fort Smith. So the Bulldogs of Southwestern Oklahoma State with some work to do as they start the second set. And it will be Ali Hong, the setter, to serve for the Bulldogs. Short serve handled by the Lions. Back row attack that hits the tape and drops. Now a swipe at it across for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Wharton will try it. Good dig from Ali Hong. And Galt, was that in? They say it was. Big swing from the Tascosa product. Coach Collins likes that one. Good start for Southwestern Oklahoma State. A lot of great volleyball in the Texas Panhandle, and Tascosa, one of those teams. You always, see the Tascosa and Amarillo High matches are great rivalry games with talented players. There's a good shot put down by Mackenzie Benoit. And it's a good start. The Bulldogs lead 2-0. That'll be a point on the kill for number 17, Reagan Maka.
She's heating up, Lucas.
She is. And right now our stats are down, so we don't have the statistics from that first set. But Maka got very involved in terms of the kills.
Definitely.
And now she serves. Again, the block was there. Benoit, they keep going to number 7 with good reason. She's a talented player, but right now in the middle, credit number 8, Hannah Holland, along with number 24, sliding over to help, 14, Savannah Wharton.
Yep, 6'4" and 6'1" in the middle makes it kind of tough.
That helps, huh? And right back at you, though.
Yep.
The block on the other side from Benoit. As she returns the favor and gives her team a point, 3 serving 2 for Southwestern Oklahoma State. A great effort to save that ball on the serve. And the Bulldogs keep it alive. They'll come back with a big swing and a kill for Lacey Mott, the true freshman.
Yeah, solid swing there from Mott. Only stands at 5'6", but packs a big punch there on the outside.
Speaking of packing a punch, that kill right there had some velocity to it. That's what I want to see, Alex. I want the radar out like they have at the baseball games.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Because these young ladies, when they hit the ball on these kill shots, it's humming.
Yeah, that would be an interesting figure, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, good placement, back-to-back points for number 12, Paola Fregali.
I would like to see the numbers on those. You're not wrong. What do you think they get up to, Lucas?
It's hard to say. I mean, you think about the radar and everyone, you kind of judge baseball. You judge that fastball coming in, and you think in the major leagues, 90 miles an hour is coming pretty fast. It's hard to tell with the swing on a volleyball, but it's something I'd like to find out. I'm sure somebody's tested it out.
Would not surprise me at all. Maybe we can call the sports science guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
Maybe they'd be able to tell us how many pounds of force go with each swing and all of that good stuff.
Here's a replay on it, and the kill for Southwestern Oklahoma State. And we do have some stats. There you go. So that last one was a point for the Bulldogs. They lead 5-4. Just hammering the ball back and forth, but good defense on the back row with the dig from the Lions. Now Arkansas Fort Smith with a chance up the middle, kept alive by the Bulldogs. Wharton tries it. Good pass from Hong. A long rally that ends with a block from Arkansas Fort Smith.
Yeah, that's a great rally there between both teams. Don't really have too much to say. Just a lot of great volleyball, like back and forth, one or the other. It's been a great weekend thus far.
They get a sub in for Arkansas Fort Smith. Taylor Lentz into the lineup. She's a 5'7" setter. The Bulldogs, they're showing some grit here in set number 2. They lost 25-20 in the first set. Right now they lead 6-5 after another point there. And the jump serve from Galt sails out of bounds. That last point for the Bulldogs was Lacey Mott. And so Arkansas Fort Smith will serve number 12, Paola Fregali, the sophomore out of Brazil. And for Arkansas Fort Smith, Fort Lewis and Southwestern Oklahoma State today. Tomorrow they'll take on Adams State and the Lady Buffs of West Texas A&M. There's a power shot from the middle. And now the Lions have the lead at 7, serving 6. Slide for the Bulldogs, a whistle as they brought Mackenzie Harless around, and net violation against Arkansas Fort Smith gives the point back to the Bulldogs, and the two teams just keep coming back and forth, much like we saw in the first set.
Yeah, always a pretty cool thing to see going back and forth. Really keeps things interesting down the stretch, and it makes every point count.
Wow. Nearly out of bounds at the scores table, but saving that ball was Maka, and then Maka finishes it off. She terminates that one. So we've already seen, you and I both, Alex, have seen almost every team here at the Lady Buff BritKare Classic, and number 17, my eyes tell me, Reagan Maka, one of the top 5-6 players that I've seen today. She's very special.
Yeah, she's pretty good for sure. I haven't seen Adams State to be able to compare there.
They were gritty.
That's why it's tough for me to say, because obviously, you know, you've got Vogel and Miller.
Kayla Elliott.
Elliott is good as well. Strambler can hit the ball for sure. Then you flip things over to
St. Edwards.
St. Ed's. You've got
talented players.
Krafka. You've got Swan in the back. Konovadoff is very good in the back defensively.
Yeah.
Again, for Fort Smith, Chloe Price played very well in the first game that I saw her play in today. Flip things over to Swosu. I mean, there's a lot of great players that are here this weekend, you know?
And it's exciting for the fans to get a chance to watch them. Expecting a good crowd again tonight for the 7 o'clock match, which will be West Texas A&M taking on Fort Lewis. In this one right now, it's Arkansas Fort Smith leading 9-7 as they're checking something, a review perhaps, at the scores table. It's interesting, too, Alex, how these reviews work, where sometimes the coaches feel like they saw it immediately and they'll go over to that table.
Yep, with the card.
Looking to
or
grab
then
the
they'll
card.
listen to their girls and they'll be like, oh, there's going to be a review. Should we review it? Did you think you touched it? No. All right, I'll trust you. Let's go to the review. And
a little bit of honor system, right? Like,
yeah.
You don't want to waste one of those challenges.
Definitely not.
So
definitely not.
They're still looking. 9-7. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. Back with more volleyball after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Probably just a 30. Welcome back to the box on the campus of West Texas A&M University. Lucas Kinsey along with Alex Kipfer. We appreciate everyone watching the broadcast on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Still more matches to come later. One match over at the First United Bank Center, which Alex will provide for the viewers, and then one more after this one here at the box. West Texas A&M set to take on Fort Lewis. Back to the action. Southwestern Oklahoma State on the attack, and they're going to get a kill from the outside. Chesney Nielsen, the senior from Roosevelt, Utah, is able to hammer that one down for a kill. Leader in terms of kills right now, Lacey Mott, has 4 kills. On the other side, Arkansas Fort Smith, Reagan Maka with 7. And she's hitting .545.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of producing when she is given the opportunity. 7 for 11, only one attack error. Very good job for the kill leader for the Lions from last season.
That's a number, you relate it to baseball, and you think about it, batting average, obviously. But for volleyball, that efficiency, depending on how many opportunities a hitter gets, is crucial.
Yeah, definitely. And comparing it like an average to baseball is, I guess, a little bit different, because just imagine if you compared as we watch the replay.
This is close. It may be a review. It was called out from the line judge, Arkansas Fort Smith.
Yep,
they're going to let it go. And so call stands.
No, they're reviewing.
Or maybe not.
They're going to review it.
Are they going to review?
It looks like Fort Smith's going to review.
Let's hit that replay if we can one more time, Jamie, and we'll see if we can tell on the attempt from the outside. Go back one more. That's all right. Right now, as it stands, if the point is to Southwestern Oklahoma State, it'll be 9 serving 10. There's a big swing on the outside, and hard to tell there, but
yeah, it's tough.
Close,
it's tough.
Very, very close.
Going back to what I was saying about the hitting percentage, right? So in volleyball, again, if you get an attack error where it counts against it.
That's right.
So if you think in baseball, well, what would people's hitting percentages be looking like if they struck out?
Sure.
Because if you put the ball in play, that's the equivalent of swinging on a ball in volleyball, but the defense just taking care of it and preventing the kill, correct? So what if a strikeout counted as like a hit error in baseball? I wonder how much lower people's averages would be based on how much they struck out.
Well, and, on some of these teams, that's why you might have, let's say, a middle blocker who doesn't get as many opportunities, but the hitting percentage is very high. Coaches love that because they've got a job to do defensively, obviously, but when you mix it up and you don't just go to your outside or your right side maybe too much, it's another weapon for some of these offenses. The first set in this one went to University of Arkansas Fort Smith, 25-20. Okay, after the review, Alex, they say it was in, and it was a point for the Lions. That's how close it was.
Yeah, would not.
And now they're giving the explanation to head coach Josh Collins of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that does not surprise me that that's in. Very, very close, and, being able to slow it down on the super slow-mo on the instant replay at a very specific angle that they've got set up with the cameras here makes it a lot easier than calling it in real time sometimes. It's always interesting to see, like, if you're watching a game on TV and you see one of those super slow-mo replays and you're like, oh, it's clear, he's out. But then when you play it in real speed, it's not as clear anymore.
Yep. Miscommunication there as for the Lions, Fragali kind of looked across toward Chloe Price, the setter, as if you got this, right? It skimmed off the top of the arena here, and it dropped straight down. Said, I thought you had it. So it's 9 serving 11, Bulldogs on the serve. And again, out of system. So it's a free ball here for the Bulldogs. Can they use it? Kind of a punch at the ball. So it stays in play. Back to the other side. Hong pushes it outside. Kept alive. Great defense by the Lions. Again, they keep the ball up. Just really no one getting a clean attack.
Yeah.
And that's why we've got a rally here that ends, no surprise.
Guess who?
With number 17, Reagan Maka. And I was watching a couple of plays back with Maka. We'll look at the replay here of this shot. Push that ball behind on the bump assist, and she puts it down. But Maka, smart play earlier where they were out of system, and instead of her just pushing it back where it was a free ball for Southwestern Oklahoma State, she placed it in the corner where everybody had to shift, and it allowed her team to be able to adjust. That ball will go down in the middle for Mackenzie Benoit, the senior from Bedford, Texas, a transfer from Tulane, which the Green Wave, the opponent, Alex, tomorrow for my Oklahoma Sooners football, which sadly with that, the game obviously had to be switched. Was supposed to be played at Tulane, and with the hurricane, they're going to end up playing that game in Norman. And obviously a lot of the proceeds will go to Tulane and also to help with hurricane relief.
That's great. Do you think that one's going to end kind of like the Buffs game did?
I think it may. Back to the action here. That's a dump shot there for the setter, Allie Hong.
That's pretty.
It was. Played her high school ball at Plano West. I believe the Wolves, maybe? Plano West? Is that right?
That sounds pretty close.
Plano High, Plano West?
Well, there's Plano East, Plano West, Plano High, and then there's Plano Senior High, which is like a school of 2,000 seniors, and that's it.
Good pass for the Bulldogs. The set was off, and so a stab to get the ball over from Lacey Mott. And then look at that, the shot drops in.
Wow.
For Arkansas Fort Smith.
What a spot.
It was.
Sometimes those are those that you just really can't do anything about.
No.
You know, like you can't do anything.
Yeah,
it's
the opposing team just says, hey, great shot.
Yeah, nobody's there. You're in your right spot defensively, and then they can just put it in a spot that you would have had to be in the right spot at the right time to get to, you know?
I would say that was the right spot.
Definitely.
For Mackenzie Harless. Mackenzie Harless, the senior from Brownsburg, Indiana.
She played very well in the first match, too, as we look at the replay.
If you're putting the ball down in front of the 10-foot line.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's what they say, Alex. That's pretty good. Back row attack kept up by Harless. They'll set on the outside. Goodness, Lacey Mott. Get up and put the ball down, sister.
Wouldn't have mattered. It looks like Price was in the net, but hey, it still count. It would have counted either way, I guess.
I think the kids, my son says this sometimes, the kids say, sheesh. That's what that one was, Alex. Okay. See, I'm trying to stay cool, even though I'm a little older than you. That one will drop down, and it will be a point for Arkansas Fort Smith.
What other sayings
do
you got? What have you picked up, Lucas? I'll inform you.
It's pretty funny when you have an 11-year-old running around the house and a 14-year-old. 15 serving 13. Arkansas Fort Smith with the lead. And the lead in the match as well as that attempt sails out of bounds. Another point for the Lions. Arkansas Fort Smith up 1-0 in the match. Trying to make it 2-0. And Alex, if we haven't had a sweep today. Either at the First United Bank Center or at the box. Nobody has been able to win 3 straight sets, and it tells you a little bit about the talent and the competition.
That is correct. There's a lot of great talent here today, and I'm looking forward to a lot more volleyball this weekend. 2 more games left today, 7 o'clock apiece.
I tell you what, they find Maka again, and it's almost like Arkansas Fort Smith has – they're trying to obviously be balanced, but when they get in a jam and they need to point, they find number 17.
Yeah, definitely.
So a timeout taken by Southwestern Oklahoma State as the Lions have the 4-point lead in the second set. We'll take a timeout as well, come back with more action from the BritKare Lady Buff Classic. This is the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Score is 17-13. Arkansas Fort Smith, the Lions with the lead over Southwestern Oklahoma State as these teams all get the season started, 2021 fall season. And It's been a good day so far for Division II college volleyball. West Texas A&M hosting the BritKare Lady Buff Classic, using the facilities both over at the First United Bank Center and here at BritKare Court, the box. Just newly named BritKare Court. Big swing, the kill is down again for Lacey Mott.
Yeah, again, like I was saying, Mott really packs a punch out there on the outside. Only stands at 5'6", but the freshman can definitely swing and is not afraid to go up against bigger defenders.
Maka, no chance to return that one. She put the heat on the ball, and Sofia de Santiago was not able to return that one.
10 kills now for Maka. She's putting on a show, Lucas.
She is. She is a talented player. The block touch goes out of bounds, so give the kill to Chesney Nilsson. And even though it seems like Arkansas Fort Smith has the momentum, you look up at that score, and the Bulldogs are hanging around. They only trail by 3. Chance here. Oh, what a tip shot. And it was nearly kicked back over, but give the point, a very soft point, to Hannah Holland. But a smart shot there for the 6'1" sophomore. Swing from the left-handed Faith Marabella, and the set was off, so the attempt was off, and you could tell Jane Sargent wasn't very happy about that when the ball rolled over to Coach Sargent, and she just flipped it back over kind of in disgust. She thought, what was that? That's not what she wants to see, but it's a point for Southwestern Oklahoma State, 16 serving 19. You can do that, Alex, when you've been coaching for 24 years.
Definitely.
And you have the resume that Coach Sargent has. Good shot that time again to number 17, Reagan Maka. 11 kills on 18 attacks, only 1 error, so that's good for 556 on her hit percentage.
It's incredible.
Ball was close down the line, but out. And so the Lions, getting on a roll, lead this one now by 5.
Still not out yet, though. SWOSU, a very gritty team, always fights to the end. Would not be surprised if I see them make a run here late.
Bumped up for Frigali, but it was blocked straight back down by Southwestern Oklahoma State. Here's a look at the replay. Big swing, big attack here, but that's how you block it. 2 players in sync. They set that roof and push it right back. The back set, the tip. Chance for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Another block, that time by Arkansas Fort Smith. Give the block to number 8, Hannah Holland. And a point for the Lions. They now lead 22-17 in set number 2. Back set, and Taryn Galt is able to connect with the kill there. Again, just a true freshman. Another look at the kill from the former Tascosa Lady Rebel. Good shot. 18 serving 22. Free ball on the overpass, but kept alive by Arkansas Fort Smith. Their defense has been very good today. Galt will try again. Was it touched? No, it was not, and it was out on the kill attempt on the swing from Galt, so the point goes to Arkansas Fort Smith. They now lead 23-18. Mott Just has to get it over. So now it's a chance, an opportunity for Arkansas Fort Smith. Mott tries again. This time connects for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Mott's still doing a great job for Swosu as we look at the replay. Just able to bang it through the block. And at this point, you can take it any way you get it. Still leading the Bulldogs offensively, 7 total kills for Mott.
Roll shot there from Mott, but the stab, the beach dig gets it over. And impressive defensive play continuing for the Lions.
Woo!
Lacey Mott, okay.
Make it 9.
Well, right now, if you're a Bulldog fan, you're holding up the sign that says Mott is hot because she's got 8 kills, and she has gotten back-to-back points here for the Bulldogs. Trim the lead to 3. It's 23-20. Bulldogs excited about it right now, trying to get back in this thing. We'll step aside, take a quick break, come back with more from the second set after this timeout.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Outstanding volleyball action this afternoon as we're in the second set, and Arkansas Fort Smith leads 23-20, but the Bulldogs with some momentum trying to get back in this second set. They lost the first set 25-20. Right now it's 20 serving 23. Slap at it, and it's returned on the back row by the Bulldogs. Play continues. Back row attack from Maka, and one of the few times that she has been off on her kill try. Hit the tape and then sailed out of bounds. Swosu has cut this lead to just 2. Set was off. The hitter tried to keep her body from hitting the net. And it's another point for Southwestern Oklahoma State. And that forces a quick timeout from Jane Sargent of the Lions. 23-22.
Back-to-back timeouts.
It is.
They went on a run.
So we'll take one as well. Come back as Coach Sargent getting after her team. We'll see if Arkansas Fort Smith can win this second set or if it'll be the Bulldogs. We're back after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
A smile is understood in any language. It represents joy, love, and shows you care. At Full Smile Dental, our mission is to build lifelong relationships one smile at a time by providing accessible, compassionate, quality care with the personal touch of friendship. Come see us at Full Smile Dental, located in Canyon, Amarillo, Dumas, and Dalhart, and ask us about our free Whitening for Life program.
The serve from Galt for the Bulldogs. They're trying to see if they can push this thing to actually win the second set and tie things up, I should say. And that's Galt that comes in, gets the kill, and we're tied 23-23.
Uh-oh.
Feel that momentum shifting. And just out of system right now. The Lions are, which has been rare. Big swing from Mott, but a great dig there by the Lions. And Mott with the shot from the outside that connects. The Lions line up, huddle up, and try to talk about this one. Here's a look at the replay. Fire, straight fire from Lacey Mott, who now has 9 kills, and her Bulldogs have a 24-23 lead.
New sub into the game.
It looked like Arkansas Fort Smith was going to go 2-0 for a while, Alex.
Paola Fergali out Number 16, Abby Cagle is in.
Galt serves. Good pass. They get it back, and a good block touch from the Bulldogs. Ball kept alive by the Lions. Roll shot. Wow. What a point there for Abby Cagle, who you just said just came in.
Just came in.
Hey, Abby, you haven't played, but get in there and get us a big point and tie this game.
Yeah, help us out, please.
Tie up the set 24-24.
Wow.
Nice job.
And then comes right back out.
Good job.
And then comes right back out as Fergali comes in to serve. How about that?
Hey, that's what coaches say. When your name or number is called, get in there and perform, and she did it. Good set on the outside. Mott couldn't get that one, though. They'll try her again. And if it was touched, it's going to be a point.
Wow.
Taylor Lentz just grazed that ball, and so it's a kill for Lacey Mott, her 10th of the match.
She's trying to catch Maka. Maka's got 12. Mott's got 10. It's a battle.
And Mott is hitting, Alex, a nice 318.
Yeah, no, good to see. Good to see. We love great volleyball.
Chance for the Bulldogs to win this second set. Set point at 25-24. And Maka thought it was touched. It was not, and it sails out. It's going to be.
Are they going to review it?
Oh, they are going to review it, so hold on. Hold on, says Jane Sargent. She says, I've been around. I know how this thing works. Talk about Coach Sargent. It's her 24th season with the Lions, 696 career victories. And, Alex, she is 4 wins away from joining a list of just over 60 college coaches who have ever reached 700 career wins.
On any level?
On any level.
Wow. She's got to be doing something right then.
That's right.
She has to be doing something right.
So they're checking the replay here. Initially, from up here, I don't
think so.
Didn't think it was
but
touched.
It's tough. I mean, again, like we were talking to
the line judge
about the WT game where he was talking about it didn't look like there was any spin on it change.
And that's how the Lady Buffs won the match.
Yeah, so
it was off of a touch.
You never know. It's very tough to tell. That's why we have the replay system in place. Now, granted, it might not change the outcome, but at the same time, got to give them a shot.
Right now it stands 26-24, so it would be the set that would go to Southwestern Oklahoma State if they come out and say that there was no touch. If there was a touch, then we're tied again, and we're going to continue to play some volleyball in this second set.
Hey, so like you know how in football it's overtime, right?
Yes.
In basketball, overtime. Baseball, extra innings. Soccer, extra time.
So when you go to that fifth set, you're saying?
Well, no, I'm just saying like after the projected score number, is it just like extra points? Like what do you? Is there a cool fancy name?
Sudden death. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but for the fans, it's a lot of fun. For
definitely
for maybe coaches or parents of players, it's misery, it's stress, Alex.
Yeah, it's a little tough. It's a little tough, I'm sure.
I think I just mentioned that with coaches and parents. I think it may be even more stress for parents watching from the stands than it is even from those head coaches, because it's a helpless feeling. You can't do anything, and you want desperately for your kiddo's team to win.
To be fair, though, like to an extent, as a coach, like you can't do much either. You can set your kids up.
Okay, so the reaction from the Southwestern Oklahoma State bench tells the story. No touch in the point, and the set goes to Southwestern Oklahoma State. We'll take a timeout, come back, and we'll start the third set. All tied 1-1, and we're back after these messages on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
Welcome to MetaDrive Pharmacy, Canyon's hometown pharmacy for over 32 years. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to counsel you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly, professional service and the highest quality medicines and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your healthcare needs.
This is what a new heart valve looks like. This is what a bypassed artery looks like. And this is what a repaired aortic aneurysm looks like. The BSA Heart and Vascular team is here to help you live life to the fullest. From our state-of-the-art cardiac technologies to our dedicated heart specialists, our goal is to help you take the very best care of your heart so you can enjoy everything else that matters to you. BSA for life.
Choosing the right countertops for your kitchen can be tricky. Nowadays, there are hundreds of colors, patterns, and textures and materials that range from natural to engineered stone. Marble Depot is here for you throughout every step of the process. And yes, we do have a lot of options that might make that decision a little harder, but we're also going to ask the right questions so that you get the most out of your investment. So come by our showroom and let us help create what you've been dreaming of.
We get ready to start the third set of the match here between Southwestern Oklahoma State and Arkansas Fort Smith. Lucas Kinsey along with Alex Kipfer. Jamie Abbott running the controls up top from the box here today and doing an outstanding job for us, as well as the entire Thunder Vision production crew. And it's the third set, and so this one's crucial. This one is one where, you know, it's kind of like the boxing match where Arkansas Fort Smith got the first punch in, and Southwestern Oklahoma State came back, responded, got back up off the mat. And now the third set, who will win this one could determine who wins the match.
I mean, both sets were very close on either side. 5 points separated the first one, but Swosu a late push at the end. Just like here, we saw them come back, put up 6 unanswered points to take the lead in the end of set number 2.
And
you never know what could happen, you know?
And you're seeing after that second set, after the Bulldogs were able to come back and get the win in that second set, a lot more energy. They've got a little pep in their step. That's going to be a kill on the outside for Faith Marabella, 5'11 junior from Friendswood, Texas. This Arkansas Fort Smith roster, you go down and it's a good mixture of players from the state of Arkansas and players from the state of Texas, along with a few from other places, including Brazil. Why not throw that one in?
Might as well.
That is where Paola Fregali hails from, a sophomore transfer from Chicago State University. Lions up quickly, 2-1 here in the third set. Good set. That's in. Big swing from the outside, connects in for the young lady we were just mentioning, Fregali. Here's the replay. This is how they do it in Brazil. Boom. 3 serving 1, and Maka, with a rare serving mistake, puts it into the net and gives the side out to the Bulldogs. 2 will be serving 3. The pass off a little bit, so they're out of system. Good chance here for the Bulldogs if they can take advantage. Roll shot handled by Mott. And Mott gets it right back. Fires that ball down, but it's a great dig from Maka. Got a little back and forth between Mott and Maka.
Both of them the respective kill leaders on their team.
Bulldogs need to get this one over. They do. The roll shot nearly drops. And was that in?
Wow, caught the line.
It did. The block is good for Taryn Galt. And then we're tied, 3-3.
That's tough. There's not really much you could do about that.
You know, Alex, when they serve, when the teams serve, often you'll see the coaches hold their clipboard and kind of face it away from the opposing team, signaling in where they want them to serve in the spots.
Correct.
I think I want to bring in something from football. I want to see some of these big boards with images and those things. There's another point for the Bulldogs, but you know what I'm talking about. You see those
definitely
crazy-looking things with
the only problem is that there's only so many spots you can serve. You know.
Okay.
In football, there's a lot of different things you can do, and we might have some sign stealing.
Okay, I'll talk to Coach Potts and Casey Shingler.
I will definitely argue for it. I'm cool with it, but it might end up being one of those things where they have the clipboard, and on the clipboard there's a photo of something.
Here's a look at that last point.
I think it hit off the referee's stand.
So it's Arkansas Fort Smith that wins the point and ties it up 4-4 in set number 3. Galt off the touch, gets the kill. And she has started to pick up her play toward the halfway through the second set and into this third set. For the match today, Galt with 5 kills on 10 attempts. Good for 300 hitting percentage. That one goes down for Arkansas Fort Smith. Give the kill to number 3, Chloe Price. Actually, it was Marabella, excuse me. Number 11, right side hitter from Friendswood. And that'll be serving Jaslyn Wells. And as a defensive specialist. Free ball here. And Mott takes advantage.
Wow. 11 kills for Mott. As we look at the replay.
Man, good pass outside, right where she wanted it. That's how you do it right there. High pass. Lions thought it was touched. I don't think so. Point's going to go to the Bulldogs.
I think you're right on that, Lucas. I think that one was just sailed a little bit. Didn't snap the wrist enough to be able to even get it off the top of the block, much less down in the back.
Galt serves, forces the back row to make an adjustment. That's out again on the attempt for Arkansas Fort Smith Fregali. And so some miscues here to start this third set from Arkansas Fort Smith. More attack errors than what they had certainly in the first set. Bulldogs lead 8-5. Good serve. Hits the tape and drops down. They continue play off the block touch. It's out and a point back to the Lions. Give the kill to Kiki Thompson, her second of the match. Thompson leads her team with 5 blocks. On the other side, Chesney Nielsen, that's Diggs. Markenzie Benoit has 6 blocks. And that'll be Kiki again with the kill. So the Lions now with some momentum, only trail by 1.
Looks like it's going to be another one of those back and forth kind of games like we saw in set number 2. And even for the beginning part of set number 1 before Fort Smith really started to try to pull away a little bit before Swosu came back at the end. But the service error there from Fort Smith extends the lead back to 2.
9 serving 7. One of the stars of the match, Lacey Mott, with an ace. The two defenders came together, and nobody was able to get that ball up. Here's a look at the replay. Service ace. Coaches love these. As long as it's for your team, obviously, and that one dropped in for Lacey Mott. Oh, what a great job of placing that ball. That's what is so impressive to me. The hard swing, I mean, I get that. You can get up there, and if you get a good pass, you can swing hard. But when you have shots like that Maka just placed perfectly down the line, they're so hard to get to for the defense. Another ace, this time for the Lions.
Yeah, and speaking of like those plays that you're talking about, if you're able to place shots in different spots like Maka has been able to today, it really opens up the whole floor because the back line really just has to respect your ability to be able to put the ball wherever you want to be able to put it.
Makes the defense play a guessing game.
Exactly. Sometimes a great hit can be combated by a great guess, but if you guess wrong, it's game over at that point.
That attempt sails out of bounds. Point, Arkansas, Fort Smith. And so the Bulldogs had their run. Now the Lions have theirs. And we're tied again, 10 serving 10.
Yep, 3 straight points for the Lions.
They run the slide, and it works to perfection. Harless is able to put that kill down. Terminates the point, and the Bulldogs lead by 1. So which game did you do earlier, Alex, that went to 5?
Fort Smith versus Fort Lewis.
Okay.
And it was good. It was good. It went down to the wire in the 5th set. I can't really complain. It was a lot of great volleyball,
And who knows, we might not get there, but Arkansas Fort Smith
would not be surprised if we did at all.
You wonder how, as this match goes on, how tired they might end up getting. Some conditioning to start the season for all of these teams.
Right.
Kill right down the pipe for number 7, Mackenzie Benoit. Here's the replay. The timing was perfect. No one back there to try to take a swipe at that ball. Benoit. Now for the match. Her 2nd kill. Actually, 3rd kill. Another point for the Bulldogs.
And you got to look. If you're looking at the preseason AP Top 25 list, Arkansas Fort Smith in the category of receiving votes, you got to wonder how good Swosu,
much improved, obviously,
and Fort Lewis could be this year. Both of them playing Fort Smith very well. Swosu has the opportunity to go up 2-1, whereas Fort Lewis had to come back to be able to send it to 5. So I mean, you never know what's going to happen at this point.
Well, Coach Potts had told us that we were going to see a lot of great competition this weekend.
She is not wrong.
And whether that be from teams out of the RMAC like we've seen, or obviously the Lone Star Conference, or in this one, the GAC, the conference that Southwestern Oklahoma State hails from. 13-13, tied again. That's out. Easy call for the line judge there on the attempt from Chesney Nielsen. Maka serves with the Lions leading by 1. Great set, perfectly placed for Benoit, and she wastes no time. Those are those quick sets that you talked about earlier, Alex, to your middle blockers when the defense is still scrambling and Benoit is saying, yes, get it to me, and I'm about to put this ball down. That will be a kill on the outside for Arkansas Fort Smith.
She got it up in the back, though, just went the wrong way in the back. Nielsen got a touch on it. Just nobody there to get the second one. But again, a good swing there from Cagle, able to get it through the block enough and get it down in the back.
15 serving 14 now. Galt.
Wow.
Hard swing. Tried to keep it alive. Good hustle from the Lions, but let's look at this one again. Galt, powerful hitter. Boom. Just ricochets off the passer, and it's a point for Southwestern Oklahoma State. These two teams, first set, 25-20 to the Lions. Second set, Southwestern Oklahoma State won 26-24, and we're tied 15-15. Back set, big swing, connection good for Faith Marabella. These two teams have some powerful hitters, so if you can get that pass and set where you want it to be in system, it's resulting in some offensive firepower. Good block touch as they deny Lacey Mott. They'll try her again from the outside. This time she went with the changeup on the roll shot. Good rally. Misfire from the middle leads to a point for the Bulldogs. You see the blocker come down the middle and just off right there. Thought she had that look, and instead for Kiki Thompson, she missed it. Another point will go to the Bulldogs, and Southwestern Oklahoma State, after a couple of errors from the Lions, lead 17-16. Third set. We're tied at 1 apiece in the match. That was as close as it gets on that swing. And the line judge does call it in for Arkansas Fort Smith. The Bulldogs were celebrating like it was out, like they had the point, but it will go to Arkansas Fort Smith. And we are tied 17-17. Maka credited with the kill, her 14th of the match. Overpass, easy ball there for Kiki.
That's tough for Mott. You know, you just get put in that situation, and you either have to make a very, very quick decision on to play the tip from them or to go up and try to challenge. And if you guess wrong, easy point for the other side.
Kill for Arkansas Fort Smith. A look at the replay. Again, they get it to the outside. No chance. And Arkansas Fort Smith with some momentum. They now lead 19-17 in set number 3. We're back after these messages here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Oh, yeah.
All right, out of the timeout, Arkansas Fort Smith will be serving, and they will carry right now a 19-17 lead with Paola Fregali ready to serve for the Lions. It's been a back-and-forth match, back-and-forth set here in this third set, and that one will get over through the block and down for Harless. Serve for the Bulldogs. Pass is handled, and they'll get it right back to Fregali. Bulldogs in transition. Wow. Chesney, Nielsen, making her presence felt.
Yeah, did a lot of that in their first match today. Again, going back to Nielsen and Mott. 1 and 2 in kills in the game today. 1 and 2 in kills on the team last year.
Good defense there by Southwestern to keep that ball alive. Maka tries the touch. This time swipes it down. Defense again from the Bulldogs. Right back at you for Arkansas Fort Smith. Everybody knows how important this point is. Tied 19-19. Ooh. The shot from Fregali is called out. And that was close as well. Here's the replay as they went back and forth. And then it came down to this one right here. Fregali. Hard to tell, but called out. Point Southwestern Oklahoma State. Tough pass. They just get it back. So it's a free ball that grazes the net. And so it won't exactly be free. Like 50% off. This one kept alive by Southwestern Oklahoma State, and it sails out.
Wow, what a play there by Lexi Lewis in the back. A great job to realize.
Yeah, do I touch this one? Do I play it or not?
Yeah. And it's got to be a quick split-second decision, and she made the right decision there, and we're tied again at 20 apiece. Great volleyball today.
It has been. Serve handled easily. Set, push to the outside. Nielsen denied from the block touch there. They try the slide. And Harless was denied, so the Lions get an opportunity. Maka, she can't see her shot fall down. Roll shot handled from the Lions. They play on. Maka, tip shot. She's trying everything. And who's going to get this point? It's out on the attempt from the setter.
That's tough. That was a long rally.
It was. Ali Hong is almost like everyone was exhausted, and Hong said, I'll just try it. I'll try it. I haven't put one over yet. So the Lions win the point. They lead 21-20. Crucial set here with the two teams tied 1-1. And a service ace by Lexi Lewis, the sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona. She's probably not having any problem with this heat in the box today. She said, I'm from Phoenix. No problem for me. 21-20 is the score. Arkansas Fort Smith with the lead. We'll step aside, take a timeout, come back with more volleyball action here in the third set on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Welcome back to the box as this one tight in the third set. Arkansas Fort Smith leads right now 22 serving 20. Head coach Jane Sargent talking to the down ref. And she'll signal in the serving call for Lexi Lewis. The Bulldogs need a point. Good dig on the back from Lewis. They set it up for Maka, and it's out. Bulldogs get a much-needed point and trail by 1.
Yeah, very crucial point for Swosu there.
As we look at that replay, it was a great dig. They get it into the right player's hands in Reagan Maka. But Alex, through those first 2 sets, Maka seemed almost perfect. I mean, all her kill attempts were in. And as we've gotten to this 3rd set, obviously having to work even harder. And there's been a few miscues, but still, you look at the entire match, 15 kills and hitting 257 is Reagan Maka. On the other side, Southwestern Oklahoma State is being led by Lacey Mott with 11 kills, hitting 321.
Yeah.
Who else has impressed you?
Chesney Nielsen has done a great job, as well as Fergali and Holland, but realistically, the biggest, I wouldn't necessarily say surprise, but the most impressive thing that I've seen has just been the defense in the back line from both of these teams. We're through 3 sets, almost pretty much, 93 digs between these 2 teams. Incredible number, and it looks like we might go 5. We'll see.
They go right back to Maka, and it's handled by De Santiago on the other side of the libero. Good defense by Fregali. Tip shot. A stab at it. Kept alive. Great defense by Nielsen. And off the touch, it's a point. Arkansas Fort Smith. Wow, they had to battle for that one.
Like I said, great defense on both sides here today.
This feels like, I mean, you and I are starting to feel a little tired up here with several broadcasts today, but you look down and it feels like whoever wins this set, they're going to go to the bench and enjoy their little 3 minutes off between 3rd and 4th set. That one falls down for Southwestern Oklahoma State.
So if we take a quick look at the Arkansas Fort Smith versus Fort Lewis match earlier today, it went 5. Combined amount of digs, 131. Okay. 69 for Fort Smith and 62 for Fort Lewis. We're here in set number 3, and we're already at 97. A lot of defense being played here between these 2 teams.
Okay. Oh, down the middle, they found Benoit. You know, and you and I both like the NBA, and NBA, Mark Jackson says, there goes that man, right?
Yep.
Well, there goes that girl right again with a great shot down the middle, Benoit. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere. We're tied 23-23 in set number 3. You're watching volleyball right here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Serving 23. Huge point right here. Southwestern Oklahoma State will serve. That was close. Maka had to get it up, and she did. And that ball, if it was not tipped, is going to be a point for the Bulldogs. Jane Sargent will stroll toward the scores table, pick up that green card, and say, I want another look at that one. The initial call, again, was out and no touch. We will get another look. The officials will come over and check this one out. And it's a very important point. 24-23 if it stands as being called out. So here's the replay. Coming in so hard. Those are the ones that are hard to tell. And I know that the official, as they go over, they have the ability to slow it down and just see if anybody tips that ball, if it comes off, ricochets off different. And so we'll see. 24-23 as it stands right now, Southwestern, Oklahoma State.
Looks like it's going to be another good set.
Yeah.
Going to come right down to the end.
Set number 1, 25-20 win to Arkansas Fort Smith. The second set, 26-24, Southwestern Oklahoma State. If the Bulldogs are able to win this set, which they've still got some work to do, but if they're able to win this set, it's a lot of momentum going into the fourth. And again, this is where, for both sides, how much depth do you have? Because, Alex, you know you've got some girls out on the court right now who are starting to get tired legs.
Yeah, definitely. That's really going to play a factor here probably at the end of set 4, set 5, if it goes that far. That's really going to be the key, especially for some of the people that are playing majority of the time. Like if we take a look at Fort Smith, you know, Chloe Price, been on the court most of the game. 2 kills.
We're going to look at this one again.
Look at the
I think they slow it down here, so good job here from Jamie Abbott.
It looks like, according to the reaction, no touch.
Yeah.
And it's going to be point for Swosu.
Great replay there, and the Bulldogs are at set point, 24, serving 23. One-handed assist, one-handed kill attempt. Kept alive by Southwestern Oklahoma State. Galt tries to put it down. Good pass on the backside by Lexi Lewis, and Arkansas Fort Smith wins that point. It's like a couple of times the Bulldogs wanted to start celebrating a point, and Arkansas Fort Smith was just digging up the ball and continuing to play, and now they got to bring out some towels because bodies are flying all over the floor. Match number 3 of the day here at the box. And still one more left after this one. The Lady Buffs will play Fort Lewis in the last match of today. That ball sails out. Point back to Arkansas Fort Smith. So it's 25 serving 24. It looks like the Bulldogs had a chance to win the set. Now it's going to be Arkansas Fort Smith. As you look at the replay, no touch. Ball out, point to the Lions. Pass from De Santiago. Galt rolls it over, and now a chance for Arkansas Fort Smith to finish the set, and they do. The point, the kill to number 8, Hannah Holland, and a huge point right there, giving the third set to Arkansas Fort Smith. A look at this replay. That's actually the last one before. 26-24 is the score in set number 3, so Arkansas Fort Smith takes a 2-1 lead, and we're back with the fourth set after we step aside for these messages here on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. We get ready for the fourth set. Lucas Kinsey along with Alex Kipfer from BritKare Court at the box, the campus of West Texas A&M University. This is, for the box at least today, in this gym, third match of the day. And still one more to go after this one. If Arkansas Fort Smith wins this set, it'll be match to the Lions. But the Bulldogs have showed a lot of fight. So if they win, we will go to a fifth and final set. And that nearly started with a service ace. It will be an ace for Southwestern Oklahoma State, catching the Lions napping a little bit. And just the focus as you get the tired legs, Alex. It becomes not just physical, it becomes a lot of mental for both these teams. Good dig from De Santiago. They keep it alive and just have to push it over. Free ball. And a lift. Nope. Double against the Lions. They seem perplexed. A call against Hannah Holland.
So the up ref called a double touch, but no double.
Like she just passed it over.
It's because it was the first touch.
Okay.
First ball. So replay here.
So it should be 2-0, right? Southwestern Oklahoma State. They had the service ace.
1-1. That double doesn't count. They replayed it.
I got you.
Because no double on the first touch.
Okay.
Just pushing it over.
Okay. So it is 1-1. And now Arkansas Fort Smith, after winning that point, the kill from Reagan Maka. Lions on the attack. Back to the Bulldogs. Block. Big one from Hannah Holland. Just the sound that it makes when you get that big block. Here it is from Holland again. Boom. You know, you just see Dikembe Mutombo wagging the finger.
No, not today.
Well, yes. Down the pipe from Benoit. And you put a shot down like that, you could probably have a little swag.
Maybe a little dance or shoulder shrug or something.
That was impressive. 2-2. The teams go back and forth. The set pushed outside, and block touch goes off of Southwestern Oklahoma State. Point to the Lions. Paola Fregali. Fregali today has been good in the match. Her 7th kill. 7 digs, 3 blocks. Service ace to the Lions. And it was Hannah Holland credited with that ace, her first of the match. She has 9 kills, hitting .400 for the match. And she's got another ace.
Wow.
You don't see that very often.
Definitely not.
Try to make it a 3rd straight ace. Bulldogs, and that's good. You can bring out the towel, maybe try to get the server off a little bit, wipe up the floor. And
is that the equivalent of like trying to ice the kicker, calling a timeout?
It might be. It might be. I've seen a lot of things in volleyball. I've seen like, wait, hold on, I need to tie my shoe.
What's the most outrageous thing you've seen to try to stall some time?
I think it was the shoelace thing, because then it was one player did it, then the next player did it, and then a third player had to do it. But that was a block from Arkansas Fort Smith. They're off to a great start in the 4th set. They lead 6-2 over the Bulldogs. We'll step aside, take a timeout, come back with more volleyball action from the box in Canyon, Texas after these messages. 6 serving 2 as Arkansas Fort Smith leads in the match 2-1. Good serve, overpass, straight down, but kept alive. Good defense by Southwestern Oklahoma State. Again, good defense. Block touch. Lions keep it alive. Fregali tries it, and that was a great sequence defensively from Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Yeah, great job there. The overpass, as we look at the replay just before this, there was an overpass that turned into this point after a great job that could have easily been a kill for Kiki Thompson in the middle, but just a great defensive sequence leads to a point.
Back row attack and another kill for Reagan Maka, who now is up to 17 kills on 39 attempts. Also 13 digs. She's second on the team in the match in digs. Also has 3 blocks.
I was about to say 13.
Yeah.
That's a lot, Lucas.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
We might be on SportsCenter if she had the 13 blocks to go along with the 17 kills and
13
and
blocks.
13 digs. That'd be a triple-double, huh?
We're only in set 4. She might have 20, 20, and 20 by that point.
So it is a double-double, at least, for Maka with the 17 kills and 13 digs. 8-3 Lions lead by 5, and that's a point for Fregali. Tools the block and is able to drop that down for a point.
Can't say the dig number slowing down a little bit. Only at 100 even thus far. Again, 131 in that 5-set match between Fort Lewis and Fort Smith. So we'll see how the rest of this match plays out.
Wow, there's a good set, but the block was there. They read it the entire way. And Lacey Mott, who we saw her catch fire in the second set, and a little bit in the third, she was denied on that attempt. And the Lions are the team right now that is coming out in the fourth set more determined, leading 10-3. Good dig by Lexi Lewis. Fregali not able to get one down. And in the middle, tip shot, easily handled. They like that back row attack with Reagan Maka. Off the touch, give the point to Galt, give the point to Southwestern Oklahoma State, and they needed that one, trailing now 10-4. There's a look at it again.
Yeah, great job. They were able to play that one off of the ceiling. Service error now for Southwestern Oklahoma State.
So 11 serving 4. Arkansas Fort Smith. So far today, it's been close matches for the Lions. And as a coach, you love to see as another ace drops in for Fregali. You start your season off, and if you're able to be on the winning side of some close matches, I think that's a great thing for a team starting the season.
7th service ace of the match for Fort Smith versus only 2, almost 8 right there.
Yeah, it was almost 3 in a row for Fregali. That ball was not touched, or was it a tip by Arkansas Fort Smith, says the up ref there. And this is always interesting when you have these close calls, because you got the players that are looking up saying,
"Me?
Yeah,
that wasn't on me, was it?
Which one? Me? Her?
Casper, the ghost, the imaginary person you saw touch the ball? Yeah. I can only imagine what they're thinking when it goes. It's kind of like when there's a foul called, and it's like, on me? I was over there.
I think, though, you can say the volleyball etiquette is usually a lot nicer than what we see sometimes.
Oh, yes,
in basketball.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Point to Arkansas Fort Smith, so 13 serving 5, and Coach Collins for Southwestern Oklahoma State has seen enough. His team trailing by 8 here in the fourth set. He knows it's important, cannot afford to lose this one, or they lose the match. We'll step aside for a break here with the Lions in charge in set number 4, trying to close this thing out. Back to the action at the box. The serve for Arkansas Fort Smith from Lexi Lewis. And a nice tip shot that drops in good. The Bulldogs needed that one. Harless was able to get the kill on the soft shot. Mackenzie Harless, 6 kills today. Good attempt on the far side, trying to cut that one was number 17, Maka, and they end up getting the point regardless. Arkansas Fort Smith does. They lead now 14-6. Serve coming from number 3, Chloe Price. Good pass, good set. Nice attack, but handled even better defensively by the Lions. Good shot. The kill will go down for Chesney Nielsen. Punched that ball over. Not only punched it over, but found the perfect placement. So now 7 will serve 14. Bulldogs. Allie Hong, the setter. That will drop in. Point off of the kill by Hannah Holland, the middle blocker for the Lions. Extends the lead up to 8. 15 serving 7. And that will drop for an ace. Bulldogs couldn't handle it, and they look a little out of sorts right now in this 4th set. Again, Arkansas Fort Smith won what was a back and forth tough 3rd set, 26-24, after the Bulldogs won the 2nd set, 26-24. So right now the Lions hold the 2-1 advantage in the match. They find Benoit again down the middle, and she's able to terminate the point. A look at the replay. Benoit's been pretty good today for Southwestern Oklahoma State. The touch off the block attempt leads to a point for Southwestern Oklahoma State. Benoit 3rd on the team in kills with 8. She also has 5 digs and 7. Count them, 7 blocks. Good block touch from Benoit along with help from number 10, Macy Morgan. But the point is going to go to Arkansas Fort Smith. Touch out off of Swasu. 17-8. Lions lead. Reminder following this one, we'll take a break and then come back with Lady Buff volleyball action as they will finish off the day in a match against Fort Lewis. Service error there by Arkansas Fort Smith leads to a point for Southwestern. Southwestern Oklahoma State located in Weatherford, Oklahoma. 3 hours on I-40 East. Easy trip on the overpass. An easy shot there for the Bulldogs, and a couple of points back-to-back has cut this lead back to 7. And a timeout taken by Jane Sargent for the Lions. The Lady Lions will step aside as well with the score 17-10. Arkansas Fort Smith trying to win this set and win the match. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network. Back to the action. Lucas Kinsey with you here. Alex Kipfer was joining me, but he had to leave to get over to the FUB, the First United Bank Center, for his last matchup of the day. Over there, it'll be the nightcap. Adams State taking on St. Edward's University. Should be a good match. This one has been good up to this point. Close sets all through the first three. And right now, Arkansas Fort Smith trying to close it out, leading 18-10 in the fourth set. Block. Nice job coming in, Kiki Thompson, the redshirt freshman from Killeen, Texas. Another look at it. Perfect timing, and the hand placement was there. The attempt from the Bulldogs slammed right back down. Dump shot denied. Good job at the net again from Kiki Thompson. Lions in transition. Whoa, what a shot, but an even better dig on the back row from Chesney Nielsen. The two teams going back and forth. Good rally. Overpass. Lions can't capitalize yet. And we play on, and that one goes into the tape, or into the net backwards on the error. Point to Arkansas Fort Smith. And again, we talked about the exhaustion from both sides. Would maybe come down to which team was more conditioned or which team had more depth. It's been Arkansas Fort Smith in this fourth set. Good hustle to keep that ball in play from Ali Hong. Free ball here for the Bulldogs. Hong sets it up. Block touch. Back to the Bulldogs. Back row attack. Maka couldn't get the shot to fall, and then Galt just didn't have the legs there to lift that ball over. And it's a point to Arkansas Fort Smith, and you are starting to see some of the body language really on both sides of these young ladies looking pretty tired. The serve, good hustle from Ali Hong to keep that ball alive. That is a tip shot that falls out. And so it's a point for the Bulldogs. Right idea, just couldn't get the placement down. And a much-needed point here for Southwestern Oklahoma State. If they're going to get back in this set, they need to start their comeback right now. Serve from Taryn Galt. Beach dig to keep it alive. DeSantiago has to just get it over. And so an opportunity here for the Lions. Maka keeps this one in play. Back up to Fregali for the kill. Off the touch. And it will be 22. Serving 11. Arkansas Fort Smith 3 points away from winning this fourth set and also sealing the match. Alex Kipfer was telling us about Arkansas Fort Smith winning in 5 sets earlier today, 15-13 in the fifth set, by the way, over Fort Lewis. And it looks like they may go to 2-0. Leading by 11 here over Southwestern Oklahoma State. The slide and a nice kill from Mackenzie Harless. She's battled today. Harless for the Bulldogs. 7th kill of the match. On the attack, Maka. Slowed down, and that will be block touch out of bounds. Point Southwestern Oklahoma State, so they're not going away. Not without a fight for Josh Collins' team. Good serve, hit the tape, dropped over. Back row attack, Fregali handled on the back row nicely by Amiago. for Southwestern. Maka tries again, and it's handled. Nielsen. Whistle. Net. Well, the officials are going to talk about this one before we... The initial call was a violation against the Lions. They're going to replay this one. So the Bulldogs will serve, but it should stay 13, serving 22. Good pass, good set. Ooh, hitting it nearly straight down was Kiki Thompson. 2 points away from the fourth set and the match for Arkansas Fort Smith. Lexi Lewis, jump serve, good one. Hong puts it back to Nielsen. Nearly a block for Arkansas Fort Smith. Back set, and no touch. That one just misfired and out. Point back to the Bulldogs. They trail now by 9. The loft serve handled. Bulldogs on the attack. Good dig by Reagan Maka. Another good dig by Nielsen. And that should be a point for Arkansas Fort Smith. It is. Match point coming up here for the Lions. To serve, Chloe Price, the setter. (24) serving 14. Price, good serve. Handled nicely, though. Benoit not able to get the kill. And a block from Benoit with a little help from Chesney Nielsen. And some grit and determination being shown here by Southwestern Oklahoma State. Hanging around, but they can't afford any mistakes, trailing 24-15. Good set up from Maka, and that's how this one will end. Reagan Maka puts down her 18th kill of the match and seals the victory for Arkansas Fort Smith. They win 25-15. So total, you look at the four matches, it goes 25-20 Arkansas Fort Smith. Southwestern Oklahoma State won the second one 26-24. Third set back to Arkansas Fort Smith by the same score of 26-24, and then 25-15 in the fourth and final set. Thanks for watching this one.